Hey loves, I'm going to share 5 lessons that I've learned in life. So I did a part 1 where I shared 5 lessons. This is a part 2. I'm sharing 5 more lessons that I have learned, and I hope they may help someone out there. All of these lessons are not just from my personal experience, they're also from observing people. So the first lesson is that lack of sexual discipline can ruin your life. Sexual discipline is not all about suppressing your urges. No, I'm all about expressing them and enjoying and having maximum satisfaction. It is all about not letting those urges control you to a point where you find yourself, you put yourself in difficult or bad situations, having sex with people you're not supposed to be having because you're not able to control yourself. You don't have that level of self-control. Lack of sexual discipline can ruin your life. If you're an observant person, you may spot or think of 1 or 2 people may come to mind, people who cannot control themselves sexually. This kind of people, if you're a man, you'll find yourself wasting all of your money on women. I'm not someone who counts you spending your money on a woman that you love and care about as wasting money. No, I'm all about men spoiling their women. But you will find yourself doing anything to take care of those sexual urges, whether you have to pay for it, whether you have to, even if someone doesn't want it, whether you have to convince them with lots and lots of money, because you cannot stop yourself from it. You must engage in the act. You will find yourself losing respect amongst people. The people will talk about you, that one. When he sleeps with anything, you know that one. It doesn't have self-control, you know that one. It can ruin your image, literally. You may find yourself in dangerous situations. Maybe you're having sex with people you're not supposed to be having. You're the one being taken to jail, but I don't know who. You are being beaten by I don't know whose boyfriend. Having self-control in this department, personally, is something that I really admire in a man. Not because not many men have it. I really admire a man who has that level of self-control. They're not just dictated by their sexual urges all the time. They can sleep with anyone, everything. I really detest that kind of behavior, to be honest. If you're a woman, it's even worse if you don't have self-control as a woman, self-discipline. Because naturally, we, as women, have the ability to not give in to our urges more than men. We are able to do that. It doesn't mean that you don't enjoy pleasure or you don't enjoy yourself in the bedroom. Actually, women have the capacity to enjoy. I said have the capacity because not all of them are able to explore this capacity because of various reasons. But women have the capacity to enjoy more in the bedroom than even men. How we are just created physically, how our anatomy is created. So you having sexual discipline does not mean that now you should not enjoy yourselves. No. I'm a big advocate for you exploring your pleasure, but have that discipline. If you're a woman and don't have this kind of discipline, you will find yourself tolerating poor treatment from men. As a woman, a man should never say or even think that, oh, you know what, she'll come back for the sex. She'll always come back because the name is so good. What? No. Naturally, the way we are created, we can exercise self-control more than men. Me, that's not something that someone can dangle in front of me. I've not been intimate with someone for a long time now because I choose to. If I choose to, today, if I want to, all I need to do is just look through my phone and be like, okay, one of the people who's been after me, who am I attracted to, who do I want? Text them and that's it. So it's not a problem, but I'm not doing that because I don't want to. I don't see the value, especially with the people that I've been meeting. I don't see the value. Because I have that level of sexual discipline. I'm not going to be just like, you know what, even if this person does not add any value to my life or whatever, but you know, I want it, and when the urge hits, there's nothing I can do. I need to get it. No, I don't need to get it like that. When I want to, I will get it. So as a human being, please learn to have sexual discipline. It will save you from all these embarrassing and humiliating situations. The second lesson I've learned in life is that your finances determine the quality of life that you live. I don't understand when people normally say these things of, money can buy happiness, money is not, money is not everything, money is not everything. It cannot buy you good health and everything. There are things that are just money cannot buy. But at the same time, money dictates so much in our life. Money literally dictates where you're going to live, which neighborhood, which size of house you're going to live in, which food you are eating, where your kids go to school if you have kids, where you make your hair. Money finances dictate your quality of life. Let no one lie to you with all these mashi, oh, money can buy happiness things. So with that said, that's why it's important as an adult to get your finances in order. I'm not going to talk much about it because this is something that I'm still in the process of doing, because I know the importance of having your finances in order. They can mess up your life if you don't have your finances in order. So personally, it's something that I'm still working towards. Once I've conquered whatever challenges I'm facing right now, I will talk more about finances because it's something that is dear to me, but I'm a work in progress. The third lesson I have learned in this life is that you need to be accountable for your role in something. You need to be accountable for the part you play in some of the things that happen to you. Disclaimer, I'm not referring to things whereby you are being molested, sexual abuse. I'm not talking about any of those things where someone does something horrible like that to you. But for me, I've had to take accountability for the choices that I've made in life. It's not fun. It's not fun when you have to sit with yourself and be like, okay, Linda, that one, you contributed in this way. And I think one of the most that I, for long, never wanted to even go there was the fact that I'm a single mom. Another disclaimer, you taking accountability does not mean you're taking blame for the other person's wrongdoing and horrible behavior. They are responsible for their horrible behavior. If they're horrible human beings, they are horrible human beings. You're only being accountable for the part that you played. So I had to sit down with myself and be like, Linda, what part did you play? You're the one who dated this person. You chose this human being. You dated this person. That was my part. The part that they played, that's the part that they played. That's their part. I'm not going to take any blame for that. It is not easy sitting down with myself and being accountable. It is not easy because you want to be like, me, I'm just a victim. Me, I'm just all innocent. There's nothing I did. The other person 100% did everything wrong to me. The good thing about being accountable for your part or for your role is the fact that it gives you power. Because if you can make that terrible decision, then you can also make a good decision. So I told myself, so what do I need to do next? Then don't make such decision again. If you can choose, because that was your role, you chose this person, then you need to be able to choose a good person. And I find that so empowering. So don't always act the victim, because when you act the victim all the time, again, I've said not in the situations I've mentioned, if you act the victim, then you cannot do better because it is just the other person doing these bad things to you, but you have no power. I don't know if this makes sense, but I hope you get it. The fourth lesson I've learned in this life is that you teach people how to treat you by what you allow or accept. If you are my friend or family and you have my personal number, not my business number, then that is normally what I have on my, when you're on a WhatsApp profile, there's your name and then there's something you can add a line there. For years, I've had that. You teach people how to treat you, but by what you allow, or what you tolerate, or what you accept. You can come here and yell all day. You know what? Me, I don't like it when someone shouts at me. If you shout at me again, I'm going to leave. But you're there. They will shout at you again. Why are you shouting at me? Haven't I told you not to shout at me? I've said blah, 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 blah. But you are there. What is that teaching that person? That you are allowing this. You are accepting this with your actions. Not this, not this, not this. So if you don't like that, how do you teach this person that you don't like that? You remove yourself from that situation. Or you withdraw whatever it is that you are giving them, whether it is the affection, the attention, you withdraw it. Then they learn, oh my goodness, it's Linda. What? If I talk to her, if I yell at her, she doesn't like it, so we are not good. If I yell at her, she's not going to be in my life, or she's not going to give me that attention or affection. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. Not what you say. Not laying down rules. No, for me, I don't allow number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. But if someone does something, there's nothing you do. You just talk and threaten and yell and say what you're going to do next, but you're still there. So if you don't want to be treated poorly, don't accept poor treatment. Like that. Again, I'm not saying that everything is on your fault, but again, what have we talked about? You have a role to play. This fifth lesson, some of you may disagree. It's an unpopular opinion. But the fifth lesson I've learned in this life is that life is not fair. Before you talk about it, let me give you some time so you can be like, no, I don't agree with you. Then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. The reality is that life is not fair. So I'm going to explain what I mean by that, and then what can you do about it, because the point of this is not to make you feel like, oh my goodness, life is not fair, I'm just going to sit here and be like no. That's not the point. If you've learned anything about me, I don't like the victim and shake kind of thing. No, because it doesn't help you in any way. When I say life is not fair, I mean we are all dealt different cards in this life. We are not given the same. It's not like this is life, we're all going to be sprinkled the same amount of stuff. No. The reality is that some people will suffer more in this life than others. Some people are born in the slums, they live in the slums, they get married in the slums, and they die in the slums. Some people are also born there and they make it to this other life. Some people will have 10 kids. Some people will struggle to have one. If life was fair, we will all be given like, okay, let everyone have two kids or 3 kids so we can all be equal. No, that's not the reality. Some people will go to will have the highest level of education. Some people will even go to up to PhD level. Some people will drop out in high school because of lack of school fees. Life is not fair. We are not given the same things. We are not dealt the same cards. So what can you do about it? When you understand this, then you learn to make the most out of the cards you are dealt. Make the most out of the cards you are dealt. Yes, for you are not able to go up to have your master's, maybe your PhD, but what can you do? What can you do with the situation that you are in, that you've been given? And another thing is that when you realize that life is not fair, then when we all have unfair advantages. Some people, when they just walk into a room like this, everyone likes them. Some people will go to work and they'll get promoted very fast. And for you, you will work and work and work, and then that promotion won't come. We all have unfair advantages. Some people, their beauty will take them far. Some people, it's their brains. Some people, it's their charm. Some people will always struggle to even connect with people. We are all dealt different cards and we all have unfair advantages. And even in the unfair advantages, some people will have more unfair advantages than others. Yeah, some people, they are successful, they are beautiful, everyone likes them. They wanted maybe 2 boys and 2 girls, they have them. Some people, they will have other advantages, but not as many as these other people. So, when you realize that you have that unfair advantage, don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty about it. Take it. Grab it. That is the card you are dealt. That is the unfair advantage that you have in this life that you're going to use to make it. Because another person that you're feeling sorry for also has an unfair advantage. Something that maybe you don't have. Let me say, for example, you've all finished university and then maybe you have a relative somewhere influential who connects you to a job and you start earning. I'm telling you, even when you finish school, some people will tarmac for 2 years, 3 years. Others will get good paying jobs like this. Because life is not fair. So if this is you and you've been given that opportunity by maybe say your uncle or someone, your relative, don't feel bad at it. Oh no, like my friends also, now they don't have this. No, me, I don't want me. I just want to tarmac and work out like the others. I want to just do it by myself and walk into everything first. No, that's your unfair advantage in this life. Grab it. Take advantage of it. If you're someone who is charismatic, if you get into a room, you can convince people to do anything. Take advantage of it. Don't feel bad. That's your unfair advantage. Another person also has the unfair advantage. So one, understand that life is not fair and we are all dealt different cards. So it doesn't mean that we are all going to live the same life. No. Even in this content creation space, this social media place, some people will make it and have millions of views and they'll be invited to big platforms. Some people will have to quit halfway. Some people will just become ordinary YouTubers and content creators. Some people, we are not dealt the same cards. The card that you are dealt, grab it. Take advantage of it. Don't feel bad about it. Learn to make the most out of the cards you are dealt. For me, what I normally do is I normally pray for God to give me favor. Because I'm like, God, just favor. Favor is something that I've not even deserved, something I've not even earned. Because I know we all have different cards. Maybe this was my card, but I'm just asking you, Lord, please just pour favor upon me in this department or in this life, so I can even get maybe more than what I was destined for, or maybe more than I actually deserve. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these 5 lessons, but this is what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching this Vlogmas episode. Mwah! See you in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.